So, welcome to another lesson in the mindset module. This one is about risk and reward. Now, what is risk and reward and why does it matter now more than ever? So, the thing is, every move you make in this game and any game in life, whether you're a creator, an agency owner, or just getting started, you're going to have a trade-off. You're going to have some sort of opportunity cost. Now, most people spend their whole career stuck in a safe lane, avoiding risk because it feels unpredictable. But here's the truth. Most people don't fail because they took the wrong risk. They fail because they never moved at all. Now, playing it safe might protect your pride, but it's definitely not going to stretch your income, your reach, or your self-belief. Now, risk doesn't mean being reckless necessarily. It means being smart enough to bet on yourself. So here's the mindset gap and how top performers view risk. So the difference between someone who grows fast and someone who stays stuck. Now, it's not talent, it's how they respond to risk. So the person that's playing not to lose will say it's too risky. The person playing to win will say, what if it works? The person playing not to lose will say, I'm not ready. The person playing to win will say, let's go anyway. The person playing not to lose will say, what if I fail? The person playing to win will say, what will I miss if I don't try? Now, high performers don't avoid risk. They manage it, they take it seriously, but they don't let fear run the show. So, real world risk that pays off. Here's what a smart risk could look like. Dropping your first offer before everything feels polished and making sales anyway. Letting go of low paying, draining clients to make room for high caliber work. Pitching yourself to your ideal creator, even if you feel underqualified. Launching without every little piece being ready, because starting is always better than being perfect. Now, you don't build confidence by playing it safe. You build it by doing scary things and surviving them. Myself personally, I'm built on failures, and every other successful person you'll meet will also be built on many failures. Now, comfort zone versus risk zone. So your comfort zone is familiar, stable, and you have capped growth. And the risk zone is uncertain. The risk zone has opportunity for growth, which will in turn make you rich. And you also get fast feedback, which means you can fail fast and move forward quicker. Now, most of the rewards you want, money, freedom, reach, aren't inside the comfort zone. They're in the risk zone. Now, why do we resist risk if it's got all these benefits to it? Well, let's keep it real. The fear you have is valid, and we all feel it, including myself. Risks brings up all the old stories. What if I flop? What if people talk? And what if I waste my shot? But here's the thing. There's a risk either way. The risk of trying and it not working, or the risk of never trying and wondering what if for the next 5 years. Avoiding risk is a guaranteed way to stay where you are. How to take smarter risks without burning out. Number 1, know what the win looks like. If this works, what's the real upside? More freedom, more cash, more impact. Get clear, make the win feel real and not vague. Neutralize the worst case scenario. Most of the time, the worst case isn't that bad. You get ignored, you get a no, and you learn. An example here, if I pitch a dream client and they say no, nothing changes. But if they say yes, everything might. Number 3, stack small wins first. Start flexing your courage muscle in low risk ways. Number 1, drop a bold opinion. Number 2, send a DM. Number 3, say your rate with confidence. In this case, your percentage that you'll take from the creator. Stack enough of these and your brain starts seeing risk as normal, not terrifying. Now, don't make decisions in a panic state. If you're making a big move from a place of fear or scarcity, pause. Take 24 hours, breathe, and revisit the decision when your head is clear. Ask yourself, is this a move my future self would make? Number 5, look for asymmetric risks. These are bets with small downside but massive upside. These are the sweet spots. Some examples. Posting a framework. It might flop, but it might go viral. Launching a messy MVP. Might get crickets, but might bring in cash tomorrow. So if the upside is life-changing and the downside is ego-bruising, it's probably worth it. Now, your risk inventory. Use this to check your own risk tolerance. Ask yourself these questions now. Pause the video if you need to. What are you avoiding right now? If that worked, what would that unlock? What's the actual risk if that fails? No shame here, just trying to get clarity. What would your next level self do with this opportunity? Ask yourself those questions about the thing you're avoiding and I guarantee it's not as bad as you thought it was. So write it down, make a move on this, and stop circling the idea and put it on your to-do list, kicking the can to the next day. Go and test it in real life. Now here's some bold affirmations. I make moves with intention and not fear. I don't need permission to lead. I take big swings because I trust my bounce back rate. My growth lives on the other side of brave action. Write these down, stick them on your wall if you need to. Affirmations can help in many scenarios. Now, a real life risk versus reward example here, the job leap example, which a lot of people can relate to, and this was one to me as well. Imagine someone stuck in a 9 to 5 they hate. The work is draining, the growth is non-existent, the pay just covers the bills, but it's safe. The kind of job that looks fine from the outside but feels like soul rot inside. They've had an idea bubbling for months, a coaching offer, a content business, a freelance service. They know it won't blow up overnight, but it has serious long-term potential. They've done their research, they've got skills, but they're scared. The safe path, low risk, low reward. They stay in the job another year. They keep saying next quarter or once I have more savings. The window to act never really opens because life keeps filling the space with busy work and obligations. They scroll past people who did make the leap and feel a little bit bitter, not because it's impossible, but because they never gave themselves a shot. Now the calculated risk, the high reward potential. They decide to go part-time and build that offer in the other 3 days. They tighten up their spending, get a mentor, and commit to showing up online. It's scary at first, there's uncertainty, but 3 months in, they've signed their first few clients. 6 months in, they've matched their old income working fewer hours. A year later, they've built a business around their actual strength and can't believe they almost didn't try. The difference. One path trades discomfort for predictability, but also stalls growth. The other trades comfort for possibility and ends up opening doors they couldn't even see before. Sometimes the biggest risk isn't the leap, it's what you miss by not leaping at all. And a summary of risk versus reward. Nothing changes until you do. Every bold pivot, pitch, or price increase or launch you've been putting off, it's a door. The longer you wait, the heavier it gets. Taking risks doesn't mean acting without thinking, it means thinking clearly and still acting. Risk is the bridge between who you are now and who you're trying to become. The leap is scary, do it anyway, and that's where the reward lives. Thank you for listening to this lesson. I'll see you in the next one.